Precious souls. This is going to be interesting, and I'm glad you're here. And you found this for a reason, likely. Okay, I was given the task to try to explain a few things. A large part of my purpose in this life is to expand minds, inspire people to come out of their shell and start doing what they came here to do. And if you follow my channel, Earth Angel 3811, or you subscribe, you can subscribe for free to that or choose not to. It's always up to you, free will. Or if you follow my videos or you're seeing this on a reel, which I always put my information below each video, there's probably a reason for it. And I'm going to share a little tiny bit just to help you expand your mind. Because we can do tarot, we can do all kinds of things, but the end goal is always to expand what we can perceive, okay? Because everything in your world is largely dependent on how you perceive things, what your perspective is, okay? You will be drawn, and if you look at the patterns, you will be drawn to specific people, specific readers, specific movies, specific, and so on and so forth. I'm being told to also mention that the same type of characters in your movie, in your illusion, in your story, will jump from one vessel to another until you finally get what you need out of that experience, which is learning, expanding our mind, expanding beyond that. We're gathering tools, okay? Tools for our journey. All right, so in saying that, part of my journey, well, as a reader, I've been reading cards since I was too young to really do it, but I was always drawn to these. That goes back a lot of years. And I never noticed at first. I just had an affinity and a big desire to understand what these gifts were that I had. So I did. And I used different divination tools and went through that journey. That's irrelevant, okay? What is relevant is when I started recognizing the patterns, that when I finally opened up to helping and sharing messages with people that were strangers that I didn't really know, I didn't know at all, I started to see a pattern. The more I evolved in my growing experience, my learning experience, the more I would see that the people, the groups of people, were very much aligned with what I was going through. And then, of course, I questioned everything. So I said, am I projecting my experience, my knowledge, my wisdom, my path on others? No, I was very careful, because do no harm, ever. And I started to see that people who were of my soul family, people who've experienced the same things, no matter how I would try to look at it outside of the box, it was always down to the same common denominator. And I started to just kind of grow this astonishment with, wow, okay, so I am a magnet to wherever I am on the inside. On my healing journey, I am pulling individuals in that may seek the same information or have answers for me. It was a beautiful exchange and left me definitely opening my mind further to just how simple yet complex the universal world that we live in, how deep that goes. Now, in saying that, I want to share that, especially with AI, the algorithms, okay, we can still be programmed no matter how strong we are if we aren't observing each moment, truly observing from a level of healthy detachment. What are we observing? What am I being a magnet to here? For instance, as a reader, I can explain it as a reader. There are many readers, okay? And I'm so grateful for that. But they're all, and we are all on our own healing journey. So what I believed 10 years ago, my mind has been expanded all the more because of experience that I've had, because of understandings, people that have come into my life and shown me something more. Always, always trust your own divine wisdom and instincts on whether things resonate with you. When they say, if this doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. It's become such a cliche statement. It's like, it's not just a disclaimer. Take it as a reminder. Take those words as a snap you back into reality. Observe. Does this really apply to where you want to go, to what you want to experience? Is there something in this for you or not? And if not, if you've already heard this, scroll on, move on, let it go, okay? We can get caught in loops for extended periods of time, constantly focused on the same things that we've already learned, we already know, but hearing it just seems to validate it and fire us up more. And to explain this, I am going to show you how you can read a card many different ways, okay? I want to show you. And this is not to undermine anybody, including myself or any of the beautiful people out there trying to share messages of growth, okay? I just want you to be aware, because for me, it's more important that you do the work yourself than take for granted that someone else might have an answer for you, because clearly we do not. No one does. No one has your answer. Some of these are messages that are meant to be heard or seen by you, quite simply, or some of them you're pulling them in because you are obsessing over something, right? And let's call ourselves out. We can be obsessive as human beings if we're not aware of what we're doing, right? Even doom scrolling. 1:55 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. We must be so open to change, and it's very uncomfortable for the ego, but it is absolutely paramount. For so many reasons. We are not meant to stay in the same space with the same people over and over and over and over, having the same experiences. We're just recycling. We're caught on the hamster wheel, right? Having confidence with your own inner abilities and grabbing onto changes to fill your toolboxes with different wisdom and experience is so important. And Spirit's showing me how I get messages. I get them in so many different ways, so many. But one of the favorites that my spirit guides like to use is they will show me a clip, all right? A clip of a photo. And the clips of the photo all pertain to experiences I have seen, witnessed in some way, experienced in some way. A lot of them have emotion attached, which is how I can let you know what your spirit guides, your higher self, your ancestors are trying to portray through these clips. I have so many clips because I have opened myself or experienced so many different experiences that I have a massive range. Everything from the ultimate elated happiness to childlike playfulness to the depths of despair to having two hands on my throat within seconds of passing out, finally being released on 2 occasions by someone that I trusted very much, to being beat up, to going through massive psychological warfare, being slandered, having homes I built with my bare hands taken away and waved in front of me while I became a plaything, having the law system fail me, the justice system fail me, having myself stripped of all of my money, and having people interfere with opportunities. And yet I kept focusing back on, but what is in front of me? They cannot take my heart. All of these images, okay? So when I've also, thank you, Spirit, they want to mention the trauma bond that comes with the traumas, understanding and seeing the patterns and connect them all the way back to where they first started, the same individuals, the same energy, entering different faces, different people, until you finally learn how to heal these trauma bonds, how to free yourself of really giving a crap about how other people judge you, perceive you, slander you, how to keep your focus on the things that mean so much to your freedom, okay? All of it. So when I read a card is a card. These are permission slips. They're tools, just like everything, okay? Divinity rods, anything. They're all permission slips. It is always within you. You do not need these tools to have Now maybe you're someone who has other clairs, okay? You're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. There are so many ways that messages come through. For me, I have many, but the one, they use these images because I have filled my life, not intentionally, because I didn't know I was doing this back then, with so many experiences that I can pull from. So when you are with a reader, or when you're with anybody, when you're with your best friend, when you're with somebody you love and trust, when you're speaking and asking for advice instead of turning within, you are getting a direct reflection of the experiences and the amount of tools that that individual, separate from you, although we're all connected, but separate from you, different experiences, has available to perceive what you are trying to troubleshoot and to have a solution. That is why we must always trust our own instincts, our own divine team that are showing us things, giving us these messages, because whether on purpose or not, the people that we are asking advice from have a completely different experience, might even have an agenda, we don't know, of where they want you to be so that they personally, their ego, can benefit, or because they feel like this is the right thing for you. There is not a single soul outside of yourself, not me, not any reader, not any psychic, medium, anything that can tell you what is best for you. We can guide, we can expand your mind, we can tell you what we see, we can read your Akashic records. But at the end of the day, free will is so sacred. And it is so important that we never try to block other people's free will. Because, yeah, there is a balance that gets restored with that, and it doesn't feel good. Lessons to be learned. But free will is to choose at any given moment what you would like your life to look like and what you need to do at this time or not do in order to create that, okay? So there is a heavy responsibility that comes with being a reader. And you will, even if you follow me, see me correct myself because I'm corrected by my divine team. No, that's not how we speak this into existence. You've seen me fold readings that say, we're just not going to play with this energy because we're choosing not to. That does not pertain to where we aspire to be. And this is what I want to show you now, okay? I'm going to take these cards. They are just tarot cards, okay? I'm going to show you how a reader, coming from different aspects of their healing journey, from what's on the inside, can project accidentally to the wrong people sometimes, right? Or intentionally, free will, how this goes. So I'm just going to shuffle them. I'm going to show you first what comes through from my spirit guides, and then I'm going to explain to you, with their assistance, how this could be also read in a different way if I lower my vibration enough and put myself in a healing journey that I've already overcome. I've already been beyond, okay? So we're going to say, this is different levels of the healing journey. So I'm asking for Archangel Michael's assistance in protecting this message and doing this in a safe way where no one is put in harm's way at all, in the highest good of all and the harm to none, to help assist my spirit guides, my ancestors, my higher self, my guardian angels, and those of the people who are watching in a way that gets this message across, which I feel is very important, okay? This was dropped on my lap today, so 2:02 on the clock. They're saying pay attention to that. So the dynamics is 2, cooperation and balance with others, right? Different dynamics. And then you've got the 0, which enhances that spiritually, the spiritual enhancement between, and then the other 2. It is I'm right now going to be the middle person to show you the different dynamics. Look what we got first. I'm not playing this game yet with this one, okay? But I'm just saying, people who are not, things that are not what they seem. Things that are not what they seem. This is what I'm opening your awareness to. So this is what Spirit's telling me. And these are the different dynamics. It's all based on experience, okay? And it's beautiful that we all have different experiences because this is how we can expand our mind and growing and learning with each other, okay? Every single experience is literally for you in some way, even the ones that hurt so much. I'm hearing especially those ones, they seem to stick. Yeah, okay. All right, Spirit, come through. with your divine protection, wisdom. Okay, the Lovers. It was on the fence. How would I perceive that? Maybe you're just coming to terms now with the fact that the love you're giving out is this unconditional, beautiful love, because you are a light worker. If you're finding this, you are a light worker. It's not being reciprocated, or you need to start turning that within yourself. Thank you, Spirit. They're saying the love that you're giving out will start to be reciprocated in the same once you start devoting that to yourself. It's about choosing yourself. Spirit, what else? What other card do you want to use? Just because someone is not accepting accountability or coming forward with a love offer or an apology does not mean you are not worthy of love. You're aligned with absolute contentment with all of the 3D world material things and satisfaction, happiness in your home, happiness in your finances, happiness. This is the ultimate happiness. This is the ultimate stability. Seeing your self-worth, this is what you're going to break through, okay? This is what I'm reading. This is what I'm getting. Once you choose to step over that fence and start giving that kind of love and grace to yourself, forgiveness for all the ways that you might not have shown up for yourself, for all the ways that you abandon yourself, it's nothing we can blame others for, okay? We can take accountability ourselves and say, I didn't show up for my inner child this way. I didn't show up or advocate for myself this way. I'm going to now. I did not hold accountability in the way that I put myself in this predicament by not having these things healed. You know, it's about accepting our part in things, apologizing to ourselves, instead of acting like or understanding that other people outside of ourselves owe us this apology or owe us, free will. We cannot control the actions of others, but it starts here. What can we control? How we view the world and how we take action or inaction on that perspective. And that is the secret to this ultimate freedom. Okay? Happy home, happy family, abundance. Spirit, is there anything else you want to say before I keep seeing the Knight of Swords is what I'm seeing. Okay, so yeah, juggling, okay, two things. Cue the dog. Okay, thank you, mister. Of course, this is an important message. Juggling things, sitting on the fence. We need to ask ourselves, are you willing to take on the advice from those people and the karma and live the life that other people want for you and expect of you? And balance what you're trying to accomplish. Are you willing to diversify and spread out thin this beautiful, abundant love that you have? Because sitting on the fence is free will. Are you willing to take from the love that here you go, come here, honey. Take from the love that you have, could be devoting to yourself, which fills your cup, which overflows then and helps others, or are you giving it away? Are you balancing? Are you juggling? Are you devoting your energy on different things instead of devoting it to something that means something to you? To you. Oh, Spirit. Interesting how this is unfolding. Or have you learned from the swords that have been placed in your back and are ready for the justice to come in, which starts from changing something within? Justice comes when we start to pour this love into ourselves and not allow ourselves in these predicaments anymore. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. All right, now let's look at how we could read this different. If I was, now, Spirit, I'd like your guidance to try to lower my vibration and go back a few years, okay? How would I read this if I was still angry at the abuse I have sustained, at the things that have been taken from me, at the way that others haven't reciprocated this? Okay, new reader here. Try to use your imagination, okay? I see the Lover's card on its side. Right? Now, if you remember the first reading, here's something, if I wasn't had the deeper wisdom that I've attained over the last long while, okay? This is how you put yourself in other people's shoes. And this is a different perspective. So, this is interesting. Spirit just said some people who are on this healing still working on They're going to catch this. It's going to mean something to you, okay? So, I see you've been pouring your love into somebody and they're not giving it back. They need to come forward with an apology, and they're just dark and evil because they're not accepting any accountability. They're not going to apologize. And for that reason, you're being gifted all of this good stuff, and they're not going to be a part of it, but they're trying to take it. They're juggling you. They got a third party on the side. They're sticking 10 swords in your back. There's a lot of betrayal going on behind the scenes. You got to watch your back. It's time for you to fight for your own justice. How do you do that, Spirit? How do you get justice, Spirit? Broken justice systems. There's a lot, this land on its side. There's a lot of darkness in the justice system because that's touching that. The Hierophant. Spirit, I want more information on the Hierophant. This is a cult. King of Cups in reverse, Queen of Cups in the upright. There is someone you're partnered with or that is in your energy that is trying to break you down, destroy your heart. They owe you an apology. They're to blame for everything that's gone wrong in your life, and they're after all that you've got. They're juggling you. They're giving what they've taken from you and giving it away to other people, stabbing you in the back in order to find justice. Maybe you need to do some spell work because this cult's coming down. Do you see what I mean? It is so important that we operate out of a clear heart space, one that is detached from the emotional disharmony, because you cannot fight darkness with dark. You cannot shed light onto dark spaces if there is darkness in your heart. And by darkness, I mean not matching the energy of those people who are coming against you. They don't want this message out. That's the throat chakra. You are safe to speak up and share your story because there are others who need to know that they are not alone. There are others that might need to know the way out. There are others that need that hope and inspiration to see that there is something after all of this. And that all of this that they may be experiencing is merely lining their toolbox with so many tools that they too one day will be able to pull on these images. It was not easy for me to try to go back and see that. But to this day, I can hear, see, witness other people reading cards like that. And it's because their experience is still the fight. Fight for justice, right? And this is what those shadows want. They want you to focus on what was lost and not see what is being offered. Because when you step into the shoes of others in a way that is pure, okay, not tainted, when you can step into the shoes of the people who have abused you, not in a way to make it right, no, it's not right. It's very unhealed. But when you can see that it benefited you in some way, just find the gratitude now that you're on the other side. You start to view the world in a different way. And all that does is empower you. You now know how they operate. You know all of the schemes, all of the systems. You've also probably experienced the betrayal in the justice system. You've also probably experienced losing it all, right, to these people. These people. We're all connected. The most important thing in my truth, in my perspective, is to raise people's awareness up, expand minds, so that we can all make a choice with using our free will from a point of being informed. We've all been manipulated. Heck, look at some of the stuff we buy in the stores, overconsume. Look at what these factory farms are doing. We're just like, do-de-do, it's normal, it's okay. We are programmed until we're not. And in order to break through these programs, we have to do the healing. We have to allow ourselves to look expansively at everything and not be fooled. And in order to do that, we have to stop leaning on or depending on the perspectives of everybody else. Everybody else. We also need to not be afraid to do the healing, to look at our flaws honestly and say, wow, I don't like the way I handled that. I can do better. Or I don't like where these behaviors are leading to that I'm doing. I can do better. Confirmation. Speaking of behaviors, the chippies are starting to eat the seed outside. Okay, thank you. Here you go. Here, come on. Come say hi. All right, I think I've done my part here. I'm going to leave this with you because somebody is healing very well from his surgery. The roof of his mouth is healing, obviously. I just want you to keep an open mind. If you want to reach out to me in any way, all my information is always below all my videos. Excuse me, good sir. Here you go. Come here. Look. And I hope to catch you on my YouTube channel. Take care, guys. Keep shining.